Hey. I was thinking, so I wanted to come on and share my thoughts with you. I am a person who loves friendships. I have a lot of different circles of friends, and I am so appreciative for all of them. I'm someone who loves collecting them. I don't think that I need to have known you for 10, 15, 30, 40, 50 years to call you my friend. I could have known you for 1 year. And it made me think about someone who I actually met a year ago. I attended the annual conference of this engineering organization, the organization that paid for my master's degree. I hadn't done anything with them for almost 30 years, but I attended this conference. And that evening, I went to the banquet and sat at a random table. But we know nothing in life is random. But I sat at this table, and two other ladies came to join me. And in conversing with them, telling them why I'm here and who I am and them sharing themselves, I made mention of the fact that I had just found out that David A. Arnold, the comedian, had passed away. One of the ladies instantly started crying. I felt so bad because I did not mean to make her cry. I didn't know that they knew him and loved him as I did as well. This lady cried the entire banquet. The entire banquet. I felt bad, but that connected us. And we ended up hanging out during the conference. And just this past week, I went to Philadelphia for another conference, and that particular conference was there, and she was there, and we met up. And I just think to myself, like, what a blessing it is to still be able to connect with people who are different than who you are. I'm going to post above a text message she sent me that after she started reading my book, The Beautiful Journey. And I laugh because people would not think that my friends are the ones that curse like that, right? Because people probably don't think that I curse. But I can tell you this, as I get older, I look more like my mother, but sound more like my daddy. My daddy was a cusser. And so he taught me how to cuss real good. Right? But I just love the fact that I have so many different types of friends, so many different types of friends who like different things, who experience different things, who like to fight, some like to cuss, some like, it's the wide range. But I realized that is what brings beauty into my life. The fact that I have different people, diverse people in my lives that I call friends. Like relationships are necessary. They are the spice of life, the variety of the friendships. As I said, they bring beauty into my world. And I wanted to share something because I remember reading an article that talked about how relationships and having connections can make a difference in your well-being and also how long you live. There is a study that's been done for over 8 decades, over 80 years, and the study deals with relationships and how important connections are for our well-being. The person who is, and he's the director of the Harvard Study of Adult Development, he did a TEDx called What Makes a Good Life? Lessons from the Longest Study on Happiness. This person's name is Dr. Waldinger. And this is what he said, and I'm reading from my book because I talk about it in my book, The Heart of Radical Caring. Good relationships keeps us happier and healthier, period. Social connections are really good for us, and loneliness kills. It turns out that people who are more socially connected to family, friends, community are happier. They're physically healthier and they live longer than people who are less connected. It matters. Relationships matter. And so I just want to challenge you if you have the mindset of thinking you can't make new friends because you're older, because you can. I'm here to be a friend to you. But there are other people too who can bring some richness, something different to your life that can enhance your life. So don't close yourself off to new relationships. Don't do it because you don't know what someone else can bring to you and what you can bring to them. Now, the person who I quoted above that talked about the book, who cursed at me, and I loved every moment of that text message, right? But she was just saying how this relationship that we have after just 1 year of knowing each other and only 2 times of seeing each other, that it is making a difference in her life, that she knows that I am good for her life. And I love that. And I love the fact that I believe she is for mine too. It was divine. And there are so many other relationships that I have that are the same as well. And so I just want to remind you to be open, to learning new people, to people that you're not normally friends with, right? Don't have everyone that thinks the same and have had the same lived experiences, etc. Because you can learn from the friendships. That's why I love when I participate in organizations such as NABO, the National Association of Women Business Owners, because there are women business owners who have a whole different experience in business than I do, but a whole different experience in life in general as well. And I just appreciate getting to know them, to see the world through the lens that they live in, because it just makes my world that much better. And because I said that, I don't know this quotation by heart, but I heard it from Kristen Bell, who is the actor. And her co-author on one of her books said, learn as many names and as many stories about as many people as possible, because it will only make your world bigger and our world better. It's the truth. When you expand your world, it will make the world better. Because one thing that I do know is that we are all the same. We all want the same thing: to be happy, to be loved, to be valued, to be understood. We all want the same thing. But it starts with making connections. It starts with having those relationships that you can foster and grow into friendships. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Take care.